If you're 40 years old in Canada with zero retirement savings, I need you to hear this. You're not alone, but you are running out of time. According to the latest HOOPP Canadian Retirement Survey from April 2025, only 43% of Canadians feel confident they can meet their financial needs in retirement. That means more than half of us, the people shopping beside you at Costco, sitting next to you at Tim Hortons, filling up at Petro-Canada, are heading toward retirement unsure if we'll have enough money. And if you're sitting at zero right now, those odds get a lot worse. Here's the reality. You have approximately 25 years until traditional retirement age. That might sound like a lot, but when it comes to building wealth from zero, every single year matters exponentially. This isn't going to be a lecture about what you should have done. This is your emergency action plan, a step-by-step blueprint for going from zero to secure in the next 25 years. And yes, it's absolutely possible, but it starts today. Before starting, it's not financial advice, just sharing information. Always do your own research. Let's start with some hard truths, because you can't fix a problem you don't fully understand. What does retirement actually cost in Canada in 2026? For a moderate lifestyle, you're looking at roughly $40,000 to $60,000 per year. That covers housing, food, utilities, transportation, healthcare costs beyond what provincial coverage provides, and a bit of discretionary spending. We're talking about being able to afford your Enbridge gas bill in winter, keeping your car insured and on the road, buying groceries without anxiety, maybe having enough left over for a meal out once in a while. Nothing extravagant, just comfortable. And here's something critical from that same survey. 52% of Canadians plan to live in their own homes during early retirement, but by later retirement, that drops to 46% as people realize they can't afford the maintenance, property taxes, and care costs. The biggest financial barrier? 26% say it's the rising cost of home maintenance and property taxes. 22% worry about simply running out of money. Now, here's what the government will give you. CPP, the Canada Pension Plan. The maximum monthly benefit in 2026 is around $1,430, but that's only if you contributed the maximum amount for 39 years or more. The average Canadian actually receives about $815 per month. And if you're 40 with zero saved, you likely haven't been maximizing your CPP contributions, so expect to be closer to that average or even below. OAS, Old Age Security. Starting at age 65, you'll receive approximately $713 per month in 2026. But if your retirement income exceeds around $86,000, the government starts clawing some of that back. GIS, the Guaranteed Income Supplement. This is for low-income seniors and can provide up to $1,086 per month if you qualify. Add it all up, and you're looking at somewhere between $18,000 and $30,000 per year from government sources. Remember that $40,000 to $60,000 you need? There's a gap of $10,000 to $42,000 per year that you need to fill yourself. And here's what really matters. The survey found that Canadians with workplace pensions are nearly twice as confident about retirement. 56% with pensions feel they can meet their financial needs, versus only 30% of people with no workplace retirement benefits. If you don't have a pension and you're starting from zero, you're fighting an uphill battle. Every year you wait doesn't just cost you 1 year of contributions, it costs you decades of compound growth. If you invest $500 a month starting at 25 with a 7% annual return, by 65 you'd have about $1.2 million. Start that same $500 a month at 40, you'll have around $406,000. Starting at 50, you'd only have $190,000. That's why we're calling this an emergency plan. All right, let's get into the actual plan. I'm breaking this into 4 phases. Phase 1, immediate actions, the first 30 days. Action number 1, open a TFSA, tax-free savings account. This is non-negotiable. If you've been a Canadian resident since 2009 when TFSAs were introduced, you have over $95,000 in cumulative contribution room right now. Every dollar you put in grows completely tax-free, and you can withdraw at any time without penalties. This is your primary wealth-building vehicle. You can open a TFSA at any bank or through low-cost brokerages like Wealthsimple or Questrade. Do this within the next 48 hours. Action number 2. Set up an RRSP, Registered Retirement Savings Plan. Your RRSP contribution room is 18% of your previous year's income, up to a maximum of about $31,560 in 2026. The beautiful thing about RRSPs is that contributions reduce your taxable income right now. If you're in a higher tax bracket, this can save you thousands in taxes immediately. And here's the critical part. If your employer offers RRSP matching, you need to contribute enough to get the full match. That's literally free money. If they'll match 5% and you're not contributing, you're turning down a 5% raise. Action number 3. Create a bare bones budget. For the next 30 days, track every single expense. I mean everything. Your morning coffee, that streaming service you forgot about, the takeout 3 times a week. You need to identify your financial leaks. Your goal is to find $200 to $500 per month that you can redirect to savings. And I'll tell you where to look. That daily Tim Hortons run, at $5 a day, that's $150 a month right there. The Canadian Tire purchases that seem small but add up, track them. The Sobeys are lobless trips where you grab a few things and walk out $80 lighter. Write it down. Use free tools like YNAB, Mint, or just a simple spreadsheet. No judgment, just facts. Action number 4. Build a mini emergency fund. Before you aggressively tackle retirement, you need $1,000 to $2,000 sitting in a high-interest savings account. Banks like EQ Bank, Tangerine, or even a Simply Financial account are offering around 4 to 5% interest right now. This prevents you from raiding your retirement accounts when your car breaks down, your Rogers bill jumps unexpectedly, or your furnace dies in February. Keep this money accessible but separate. Phase 2. The aggressive catch-up strategy. Months 2 through 12. Now we get serious. Your savings target, you need to be saving a minimum of 15% of your gross income. If you want to actually catch up, you should be targeting 20 to 30%. Let's do the math. If you earn $60,000 a year, that's $9,000 to $18,000 in savings. Yes, that sounds like a lot. It's going to require sacrifice. But remember that gap we talked about? This is how you fill it. And here's reality. The HOOPP survey found that only 14% of Canadians with no workplace retirement benefits have any financial concerns about aging in their own home. Compare that to homeowners with pensions, 10% feel financially secure. The data is clear. If you don't have a pension, you need to be even more aggressive with your personal savings. For most people at 40 with zero saved, I recommend the TFSA first approach. Max out your TFSA contributions first, then move to RRSP. Why? Because the TFSA gives you tax-free growth and complete flexibility. You can access this money if you absolutely need to without the penalties and tax hits that come with early RRSP withdrawals. TFSA withdrawals mean lost contribution room for that year. If you're earning over $70,000, you might flip this strategy and prioritize RRSP first because the tax deduction becomes more valuable. And here's a pro move. Take your RRSP tax refund and immediately invest it into your TFSA. Don't treat it like a windfall. Treat it like future you paying current you to save more. Investment strategy. You have 25 years until retirement. You can still be aggressive. Allocate 80 to 90% stocks, 10 to 20% bonds through low-cost index ETFs like VGRO, VEQT, or XEQT. Set up automatic monthly deposits and let autopilot do the work. Here's what this looks like. $500 per month at 7% return for 25 years equals $406,000. Bump to $1,000 per month, $812,000. $1,500 per month, $1.22 million. You won't be rich, but you won't be destitute either. Phase 3. Income acceleration. Saving alone isn't enough. You need to increase your income. Side hustles. Target an extra $500 to $1,500 monthly. Uber Eats, skip the dishes, weekend shifts at Canadian Tire. That extra $800 a month adds up fast. Every dollar goes to retirement, not lifestyle upgrades. Career advancement. When did you last ask for a raise? Job hopping every 2 to 3 years can boost income 10 to 20%. Invest in yourself. Debt elimination. Credit card debt over 20% APR is an emergency. Use the avalanche method. Once debt-free, redirect 100% of those payments to retirement. Housing optimization. Rent out a spare room. In Toronto or Vancouver, that's $800 to $1,500 monthly. Even in Hamilton or Kitchener, you're looking at $600 to $900. That's up to $18,000 yearly in retirement contributions. The HOOPP survey shows 12% of Canadians plan to have family move in during retirement. Why not start now? Phase 4, the long game. Every raise you get, put 50% toward retirement. Target increasing your savings rate 1% annually. After 50, maximize catch-up contributions. And critically, don't touch it. Early withdrawals destroy your compound growth forever. The mindset shift. The HOOPP survey found only 40% of Canadians believe they'll maintain their lifestyle in retirement. Worry without action is just anxiety. Worry with action is preparation. Stop the shame. You can't change the past 40 years, but you control the next 25. Fight lifestyle inflation, the silent killer. That $200 President's Choice shopping trip versus the $140 no-frills trip, that $60 difference invested monthly over 25 years becomes $48,000. One grocery store choice multiplied over time. Visualization exercise. Imagine yourself at 70, broke, choosing between heating and medication at Shoppers Drug Mart. Now imagine yourself comfortable, taking your grandkids to Tim Hortons for Timbits, helping them buy their first car, living with dignity. Which future are you choosing today? Alternative scenarios. Can't retire at 65? Working until 70 increases CPP benefits by 42%. Consider geographic arbitrage. Retire to Nova Scotia or New Brunswick and reduce expenses 30 to 40%. Downsize your life, smaller home, lower expenses across the board. The reality sandwich. Yes, you're behind. Yes, this requires sacrifice. Driving that 2015 Honda Civic for 5 more years. Buying clothes at Winners instead of Sport Chek. Skipping the Leafs game. Working evenings on a side hustle. But this is 100% doable. The HOOPP survey shows 59% of people with pensions feel confident versus only 30% without. You need to become your own pension plan. Take action right now. Today, calculate your net worth, even if it's negative. This week, open TFSA and RRSP accounts. Pick WealthSimple, Questrade, or your bank. Just do it. This month, set up automatic $100 to $500 monthly transfers. Automation removes willpower from the equation. This year, hit your first $5,000 saved milestone and celebrate. The long-term vision. In 10 years, you could have $100,000 saved. In 25 years, $400,000 to over $1 million, depending on how aggressively you execute. This isn't about wealth. It's about security, options, not being a burden to your children, dignity in your final decades. 86% of people without workplace benefits are worried about retirement. You're going to be in that confident 14%, but only if you take action. Final thought. The best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time to start is right now. Future you is watching. 25 years from now, you'll look back on this moment. Are you going to keep scrolling or are you going to take action? Free budget template and TFSA calculator in the description. Share this with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more Canadian personal finance content. You've got this. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Now get to work.